This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat, but we keeping the foot on the whoop on the Knicks. We keeping the foot on the whoop on the Knicks, and like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, I'm applying whoop on the immediate pressure, because pressure does whoop, it bursts his pipes. Now let's talk about it, man. Chris Aligieri is what you would call a degenerate. Let me say it again. Chris Aligieri is what you would call a degenerate. Why am I calling him a degenerate? This is what happens when Errol Spence regresses you into a nutritionist, regresses you into basically what we would say a part-time wannabe fighter. And I caught the dig he did at Floyd Mayweather at the end. We're not fighting YouTubers. Who the fuck are you, Chris Aligieri? You fought Ruslan Provodnikov. If that's your signature win of your career, then stop the presses and pump the brakes on the nonsense. Go sit down somewhere and what? Higgity fuck. Hush. If that's your signature career, it's things that make you say, It's things that make you say, That's a guy that is from one of those Russian, countries, states, however the fuck you want to call it. And this guy right here basically had a bullshit come forward Mexican style. So if you weren't able to pick him apart, again, it's things that make you say, It's things that make you say, But I'll give you credit. You did a lot better than Timothy Knothead or AKA Bullethead Bradley, because you were able to systematically break this guy's down. You broke his rabbit ass down through boxing ability. But don't lie, man. When you talk about Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence has to be definitive in your mind. This guy 40-yard dashed you. So when you're talking about speed, we got to talk about 40-yard dash. Last time I checked, the NFL, which stands for the National Football League, they have a barometer on how you determine speed. I guarantee you guys. If you take Manny Pacquiao and you take Errol Spence and you put him on that 40-yard dash, Errol Spence will be faster than Manny Pacquiao. So Manny Pacquiao's not faster than Errol Spence. It's the biggest lie they've ever fucking told you. Manny Pacquiao does this. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's called punches and bunches. Let me say it again. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Punches and bunches. And he throws combinations. So it gives the similitude. It gives the variation. And it gives the aspect as if he has speed. But really, he doesn't have speed like you think he does. Because how come Juan Manuel Marquez was able to time him the way that he did beautifully and perfected it? How was, when we sit here and look at the delineation, the distinction, the golf, and the separation of a Floyd Money Mayweather, the ultimate gamut, the Mayweather Vinci Code, the Da Vinci Code. This guy right here systematically took down Manny Pacquiao apart. So let's not sit here and deceive ourselves. Manny Pacquiao dropped you 7 times, a whopping 7 times. Errol Spence stopped you. That's a definitive higher regard. So there's no fucking apples and apples here. There's apples and oranges. Let me say it again. There's no apples and fucking apples here. There's apples and oranges. Meek Mill said it best. There's levels to this shit. There's gears. And the levels and the gears are as simple as this. That Errol Spence tactical aggress your ass. Technical punching place your ass. And body snatching work your ass. He's a body snatcher 2.0. The 2.0 iteration after Marvin, Marvelous, Hagler. He's built too big, too durable, and too tough. He systematically broke you down to dash from one side of the ring to the other side of the ring and to stop you in the fashion that he did. The only thing that you said that makes sense is when you called Errol Spence the Terminator. Because you told a cold-hearted, you told an unadulterated, and you told a cutthroat truth-telling fashion. We're about telling the truth here. As Errol Spence is the truth in the ring, but He Knows Everything is the truth on YouTube, the ultimate truth teller. And he comes in truth-telling fashion. And the truth-telling fashion is as simple as this. That Errol Spence definitively stopped you. There was no guessing it. There was no knocking down and you came back up. That was Manny Pacquiao's rabbit ass. But his power, his one-hit power, is more powerful than Errol Spence. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Jay-Z and Famously said that. Hear Jay-Z and hear Jay-Z well. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Jay-Z said it. The numbers don't lie. If Manny Pacquiao was more powerful than Errol the Truth Spence, then Manny Pacquiao should have definitively stopped you. How come Errol the Truth Spence was able to definitively stop you? Because it goes back to what Danny Garcia said. You need to become another Danny Garcia. You need to testify of Errol the Truth Spence greatness. Because Derek James said when you go 12 rounds with Errol the Truth Spence, you are no longer the same fighter. Lamont Peterson testifies of his greatness. Chris Van Heeden testifies of his greatness. Don't even get me started. There are so many fighters that testifies of Errol the Truth Spence greatness. Because greatness personification can only be hindered. The motherfucker can't be stopped. But you're going to sit here and you're going to act like Errol the Truth Spence didn't retire you into nutritionist status. But you could come back whenever you want. You went from top 10 to not even diction at all, man. Don't get me started in talking this takeover against your ass. When it's all said and done, in its most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truth-teller fashion, it's as simple as this. Stop lying to the people. But see, this is why He Knows Everything is the ultimate and final authority on all sports, and he knows damn everything. Because this is about a systemic issue. Y'all sitting here getting on this Kwame Brown bullshit who's a false prophet. Now the real prophet, He Knows Everything's going to tell you the cold-hearted, the unadulterated, and the cutthroat truth-teller fashion. Chris Aligieri was definitively stopped by Errol the Truth Spence. It took Manny Pacquiao 7 times to drop this guy. And he still didn't definitively drop him. So if that's not a systemic racial issue, I don't know what it is. Because you have to be racist to sit here and compare apples to fucking oranges. When in actuality, it's fucking apples versus fucking oranges and not apples with fucking apples. Errol the Truth Spence is the orange to Manny Pacquiao's fucking apple. Last time I checked, oranges bring forth sunshine. Apples don't. And that's what Errol the Truth Spence is. The sunshine that stopped your ass. Because the sun reveals all. The sun cures all. The sun cures all diseases. The sun is the vitamin D. And that's what happened. Errol the Truth Spence beat your fucking rabbit ass because when the sun shined, that was called tactical aggression. When the sun shined, that was called technical punching placement. When the sun shined, that was called body snatching work, the levying on style, the punishment style. Then what happened? There was sunshine of you being stopped via a 40-yard dash. What happened versus Manny Pacquiao?
Go ahead, he knows.
What happened to his so-called power? We found out that his power is over fucking rated. So tell the truth, Chris Aligieri, man. Stop being racist. Because that's the only thing that I can wrap my brain around. But they say that there's not double standards that's associated with boxing. They say that there's not a systemic issue that's associated with boxing. We have data, we have statistics that tells us that Errol the Truth Spence systematically stopped your ass via an accumulation of punishment. He 40-yard dashed your ass. His stoppage of you was way more impressive than what Manny Pacquiao did. And for you to sit here and say, oh, I don't know how the fight is going to go. It's either you're suffering bloated trauma. It's either Errol the Truth Spence gave you brain trauma. We may need to examine you for CTE. You probably, no. You were emphatically pissing Amber at the end of that fight. Or you just being a fucking racist. You got to tell us the truth, man. Because when it's all said and done, you sounding stupid out here in these boxing gyms. And then to go after Floyd Mayweather, you can't even tie Floyd Mayweather's shoes, let alone utter his fucking name by saying a YouTuber. Don't get me started on you, Chris Aligieri. I wiped the floor with your ass the other day. But now I'm going to choke your ass out, croak your ass out, pass your ass the fuck out, and cash your ass the fuck out. Because when it's all said and done, tell the truth. Because they call him the truth because there's no lies in his damn fist. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the what? Nicks. I keeps the foot on the what? Nicks. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.